California's Attorney General is urging tech giants to stop the spread of disinformation ahead of the 2022 midterm elections. The AG says it's his responsibility to ensure a fair election.
Attorney General Rob Bonta sent a letter to the CEOs of Meta, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit on Friday. He urged them to stop the spread of what he describes as, quote, disinformation on their platforms. Bonta wrote in his 16-page letter, in advance of the upcoming November 2022 midterm election, social media platforms must take critical steps to stop the spread of disinformation and misinformation that attack the integrity of our electoral process. He blamed social media for the recent attack on Paul Pelosi. He said the attacker was, quote, a man driven by baseless conspiracy theories. Bonta used his letter to cite studies and reports that say the majority of U.S. adults get some of their news from social media. The report also concluded that false information is now the #1 threat to the democratic process. Bonta closed by listing California laws that, he said, gives him the authority to ensure the midterm election is run fairly.
Twitter is not the only company undergoing changes. Meta is planning for large-scale layoffs too. Other companies in the tech industry are shifting as they adapt to inflation and a looming recession.
In a tweet on Sunday, Elon Musk said the number of Twitter users increased around the world since he took over the social media giant. But critics who have left the platform are looking for other social media platforms like Mastodon, Co-host, Truth Social, Parler, and Tumblr. In a tweet from Tom Fitton, president of Judicial Watch, he asked if Elon Musk had a tortious lawsuit against activist groups that made advertisers leave Twitter. Elon replied, quote, "We do." But things are not so bright for the other tech giants. Facebook parent company, Meta, is reportedly planning to begin large-scale layoffs this week. According to a Sunday Wall Street Journal report, the layoffs will affect thousands of employees, with an announcement planned as early as Wednesday. The social media company had, in June, cut plans to hire engineers by at least 30%. Meta, in October, forecasted a further $67 billion drop off its stock market value, adding to the more than $500 billion in value already lost this year. And another tech giant is feeling the squeeze. Google's latest earnings report revealed that profits are down about 27% in its third quarter. According to the CEO, they are, quote, sharpening our focus on a clear set of product and business priorities. But the company's revenue is up 6% compared to this time last year.
A popular singer and rapper who began performing as a child and had hit albums in his teen years was found dead Saturday at his home in Southern California. He was 34.
Aaron Carter, who won early fame as a child pop star and toured with his brother's hit band Backstreet Boys before pursuing careers in rap and acting, was found dead in his home near Los Angeles on Saturday. Representatives for Aaron Carter's family confirmed the singer's death. They did not provide any immediate further comment. According to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, deputies responded around 11 a.m. following reports of a medical emergency at a home in Lancaster. Deputies did not report suspicious foul play in Carter's death. He wrestled with addiction issues for years, sometimes sharing them publicly. Speculation stirred around Carter's death, as the last tweet he made was directed at Kanye West, asking to talk to him man to man. But Carter's fiancée, Melanie Martin, asked for privacy as the family grieves.
Welcome back to California Today. I'm your host, Lang Zhang. The Los Angeles Police Department has begun a probe on the former police captain in charge of its Hollywood division. He allegedly leaked information to a former media executive.
Corey Palka, former captain in charge of the Hollywood division of the Los Angeles Police Department, previously served as a private bodyguard to former CBS executive Les Moonves. Prosecutors previously accused Moonves of sexual assault in a 2018 case. Investigators say Palka leaked a confidential police report containing personal information of the victim involved in the lawsuit to Moonves.
It is shocking that a high-level captain in the Los Angeles Police Department decided to reveal a victim's complaint and chose to help a big corporation at the expense of a woman who alleged to law enforcement that she had been sexually assaulted.
The LAPD said it was conducting an internal affairs investigation into Polka's conduct. The state attorney general was probing any criminal elements after a report said he conspired with CBS to conceal sexual assault allegations against Moonves.
Celebrity always equates to power and influence, and it becomes very troubling when you have a town of celebrities that have access to the police, whether they have a dual role where they provide security and they hobnob with one another, but the feeling that police would then betray a complainant by turning over their police report to the institutions and the individuals who engaged in this kind of sexual violence is shocking.
It comes after a settlement was announced Wednesday by New York Attorney General Letitia James, in which CBS and Moonves agreed to pay over $30 million in a settlement.
A popular Mexican restaurant in downtown Los Angeles is getting ready for its 100th birthday next year. NTD's Jackie Rios went to find out more about the milestone.
One of Los Angeles' most iconic and beloved Mexican restaurant is currently gearing up for its 100th anniversary. Let's take a look at what makes it such a popular and tasty place to come and eat. With over 6 El Cholo locations in Southern California, this family-operated chain of Mexican restaurants' success may lie in its dishes, good service, and atmosphere. The founder's grandson, named Ron Salisbury, talked about the family's history at the original site on Western Avenue.
Some of my very first memories are being in the restaurant here. The memories of being in here, the smells and the people that my parents were talking to, and the sounds and the servers, how they looked and they dressed. Those are my earliest memories of life.
The menu is simple, consisting of just 2 pages. Salisbury's motto is to keep it that way in order to do the dishes well. Over the years, El Cholo added and removed items on the menu.
We had an omelet that we did. Well, one lunch hour, we had so many of them to do, and it was so time-consuming that we couldn't make anything else. So we couldn't put out the other dishes, so the whole lunch hour just fell apart. And we couldn't serve people, so the bottom line was it was so popular, we had to take it off the menu because we didn't want people ordering it.
For its 100th anniversary, El Cholo will be unveiling a new logo. Salisbury explained where the name El Cholo comes from.
I think over recent years, the name El Cholo maybe has taken on some derogatory connotations. In those days, it was really more of it was a name that the Spanish land grant holders called the field hands, and there was, there was respect for them, but there was just a name that referred to the field hands, and it's taken on a different connotation.
The inside of El Cholo is full of memories from pictures of 6 generations of the family to famous celebrities who have dined at the restaurant.
We have a lot of pictures showing early history of El Cholo. We want people to know it's not a corporation or business, so I sprinkled it with pictures of my grandparents, my parents, my family, my kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, so you knew that a family owns it. And the third one was there's interesting people that come here. We put pictures of them up there. We have, Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, Matt Leinart, Elizabeth Taylor, and those are scattered around here.
Salisbury also said if you called El Cholo and the voice message kicks in, the voice on it is none other than Michelle Phillips from the 1960s folk rock band, the Mamas and the Papas. He recalled a memory with one celebrity who just had to have his favorite dish.
It's Jack Nicholson, who was before he even got into acting, he used to come here with a lot of actors, and they would eat the same thing. It was the best value was 2 tacos and beans for 85 cents and unlimited coffee for a nickel. And so Jack, if you follow him, he's been a big Laker fan. One night after a Laker game, he came in here after he closed all by himself, walked in the door, the restaurant was closed, and the hostess said, I don't know if she recognized him, she said, I'm sorry, sir, we're closed. And he said, all I want is my cheese enchilada. And he said, sir, I'm sorry, all I want is my cheese. And he was in it, Jack mode, and he just kept repeating it over and over again until she finally, I'm going to get the manager. And he got the manager and recognized who he was. Come on, we'll get you a cheese enchilada.
There are other famous customers, but it's because of their dedication to the restaurant. Since his college years at USC, Dave Hepburn has been coming to El Cholo for over 60 years.
It's delicious. We like the food. My wife and I are both born and raised in Southern California, but we love Mexican food, and we especially love El Cholo's Mexican food.
25 years, and the food is delicious. It's authentic. The vibe, everything, waitresses, just the whole ambiance. You know, every time for sure, it's not hit and miss. You know what you're going to get. Everybody, birthdays, my mother, she introduced me to it, so yes, everybody. Mm-hmm.
Not only will next year be an important one for El Cholo, but also for Salisbury.
It's my 90th. I'm just happy to be here and healthy. And it happens to happen the same time that El Cholo's having their 100, so big year.
El Cholo keeps some satisfying customers, from its famous green corn tamale to their margaritas. And as the generations have proven, it's enough good food for a lifetime. Jackie Rios, NTD News, Los Angeles, California.